Ho'oha'aha, humility. A'o, before we can teach others, we must build a strong foundation.
E he ai ke kānaka e komo māloko, e hanei ai a he vai kaua, e ano ka hula o ka leo. Ho nani ka mahuagma, ke keiki me ka uhane no. He ahua mau o mai ka ipu, ko ke lia au, ko ke la au. Amene. Ku ha'aheo no ka ko I nā loina ana kupuna Ali awale aku ka mana'o o ke aloha e Nā hano ke aupuni Nā hulu kupuna Nā ali'i o Hawaii ne e ola mau O ni pa'a, alulike, I mua e nā poki'i, a inu I ka wai awa.
O ko aloha no.
Ho'omanawa nui, patience, easygoing attitude. A'o, know and apply unique gifts and abilities to a purpose.
Aloha kako, I'm Paula Akana, and on behalf of the Friends of Iolani Palace, we welcome you to Iolani Palace. We've been so happy over the years to be a partner in CYD and being the culture zone, which I think is so appropriate for Hawaii's keiki to know a little bit more about what Hawaii was like and who we are as a people. I think it's a special time to honor our children and to always malama our children. Our ali'i loved the children of Hawaii. And in fact, they treated the people of Hawaii as their own children, which is so unlike any royalty around the world. And so we're very happy to be a partner. I know this year we couldn't be here in person to do it, but hopefully next year things get back to normal and we can have keiki right here on the grounds here at Iolani Palace, which is what we'd love to see.
Children and Youth Day in Hawaii is a really exciting effort on the part of the people of Hawaii. It really started in 1990. I had attended a legislative conference in Rensselaersville, New York, and I met East Coast legislator that said that they had a children's caucus. And I thought that was so cool. So I came back to Hawaii. I talked to Representative Dennis Arakaki, and we co-founded Children and Youth Day and Week at the time in 1994. And thanks to the legislature and the governor at the time, they signed that bill into law. So every first Sunday in October and the week after was Children, Youth Day and Week. It became so popular that in 1997, we amended the bill, the statute, and basically we created Children and Youth Day as the first Sunday in October, followed by the whole month of October to honor and celebrate our children and youth. It's been amazing, the journey that we had. We started off with the McGruff Fun Run at Kapiolani Park. We were the end activity of that fun run, and there were 300 people that attended, maybe 30 organizations involved back then. And then it started to grow. So we went to Bishop Museum for several years. We basically had around 15,000 people that attended those few years. And then we ran out of parking space. And we didn't want to impact the Kapalama community. So we decided to go to Kaka'ako Park, where we, for a few years, had the waterfront, park area for our Children and Youth Day. That continued to grow. I think it was to 25,000 people. And then the state had to widen the roadways. So we basically asked permission to use our state capitol and Iolani Palace, and later Hawaii State Art Museum, Washington Place, Kalani Moku Building, Honolulu Hale, and the Judiciary, the Supreme Court building. We grew to over 60,000 people. It was wonderful. From 30 organizations, over 600 organizations now support this effort. We had over 6,000 volunteers that helped with this Children and Youth Day celebration every first Sunday in October. It's been 28 years.
People always ask how and why Children and Youth Day got started. And Susie and I were in the legislature about 30 years ago. And, over the years, we saw the constant cry for help. People needed more services. People needed more funding, the agencies and organizations. And it was never ending. So we thought, well, we have to put a more positive side to helping children, youth, and families. And, we were given these two stories. One was about people at the bottom of a waterfall trying to catch baskets with babies in them. Like Susie and I were running around trying to help everybody, and some always fall by the wayside. So the question is, why are you trying to catch all these baskets with babies? Why don't you go up and see why they're going over the falls and prevent them from going in the water? So that was one story that hit home. Another one is that familiar nursery rhyme, Humpty Dumpty. We all know Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. And all the king's horses and all the king's men could not put Humpty Dumpty together again. The king's horses and men represented government. And it kind of tells us that, no matter how much we put into repairing children and families, we can never put them together as a whole. So after much discussion, talking to advocates, we said, well, how about doing an event that accentuated the positive side of Hawaii's children, youth, and families? And so we got the idea, not just ourselves, but from all the advocates, that we should hold this event that would emphasize what is good about Hawaii's children and families. And over the years, it has grown. And thanks to corporate sponsorship, thanks to the cooperation of many agencies and organizations, it has grown where people now recognize how important it is, especially in the area of health, in human services, and in housing and education. So our emphasis has always been prevention and early intervention.
This year, we have decided to have a legacy program to honor some of our community partners that have helped over 15 years of our 28-year history and really have given so much to help support this event. We would like to honor the Hawaii Children's Trust Fund and McDonald's restaurants. They have been so devoted to making sure that the Children and Youth Day event and all of the month of October is celebrating our young people in a very positive way. And without their kokua, it would have been very difficult. Our project is over $1 million, of which the vast majority of that is our in-kind donations by our businesses, our government offices, our nonprofit organizations, and many individuals throughout the state of Hawaii. So we're truly thankful for everyone that has helped over the years, and we would like to honor the McDonald's restaurants and Hawaii Children's Trust Fund.
Your tropic nights and your wonderful charms are ever in my memory.
Unexpectedly, she had to do open heart surgery. It was definitely a tense time. It was good to just come here and feel a little normal and to get a nice hot meal and like a nice warm bed.
Helps you bring strength to your family.
No matter what's ahead, I know that Ronald McDonald House will be there for us. They're like family, so they'll take care of us.
My name is Victor Lim, and I represent McDonald's. I'm a franchise owner, and I just want to share that McDonald's has been in Hawaii since 1968, and today we have 73 restaurants. And year in, year out, the people of Hawaii voted us as the Hawaii's favorite fast food restaurant. McDonald's, thank you. Thank you, Hawaii, for having the confidence in us. And that's why we love to partner with events like Hawaii Children and Youth Day. The people that come to Children and Youth Day, if you look at it, it's not your typical event other than a multi-generational family outing. And what a better way to celebrate that than for McDonald's to participate with it. And so, we are very proud of our involvement. One of the things that we have been able to do during the live event is that, we specially create this giant Happy Meal box into a tent. And so when you come through on King Street to the state capitol, you cannot miss the Happy Meal tent. Every kid, every family will know that that's our McDonald's location. We also make sure that everything inside there is not only fun, but it's also totally free. We give you all kinds of goodies. We provide you with Happy Meal toys. We provide you with apple dippers. We also have prizes. We also give you McDonald's gift cards. And most importantly, it's also air conditioned. So, October's morning in Hawaii can be kind of humid as well as wet at times, but our Happy Meal tent is like a refuge. You can come in, cool yourself off, and then win all kinds of prizes and have a lot of fun.
Aloha, my name is Marty Oliphant, and I'm here to represent the Hawaii Children's Trust Fund. We've been partnering with Children and Youth Day for over 15 years, providing services and funds for activities, for prevention programs. Our main mission is to spread the word of child abuse and neglect prevention across the state of Hawaii. We've been very fortunate to work with many organizations and individuals in supporting the CAN efforts in Hawaii.
Like our legacy of our honorees, Iolani Palace is the legacy of our ali'i. We are reminded of this legacy by our Cultural Zone Chair, Lilani Kaho'ano.
Aloha. Welcome to the 28th Annual Children and Youth Day. We're so excited to be here at our Iolani Palace grounds celebrating the legacies of our ali'i. We hope that you'll enjoy this next hour, and we thank you to our sponsors and our community that have been a part of this legacy.
I, Eano Kavika Kaheke o nā pua. Ea.
Eano Kavika Kaheke o nā pua. Eano Kavika Kaheke o nā pua. Kawila makahiki nei, malama lama Hawaii. Kawila makahiki nei, Malama lama Hawaii. Kui e kalono pelekane e ho'olohon kui ni o palani e. Kui e kalono pelekane e ho'olohe ke kui ni o palani e. Nawai e kapua i luna e o ka pa'a ke ano kamakua e. Nawai e kapua i luna e o ka pa'a ke ano kamakua e. Haina ia mai ka puana o ka lani ka vika heino. Haina ia mai ka puana o ka lani ka vika heino. E ala e ala e a.
He no no kalani ka vika.
Po'okela, excellence. A'o, reaching my potential.
This year's theme is Po'okela, excellence. Uncle Herb Lee Jr. will share about Na Hopena A'o, the program where our theme comes from.
For over 2 decades, we have served community and youth with comprehensive programs and projects and core competencies. We teach through the eyes, heart, and soul of our kupuna. We are passionate about education and culture. We are honored to train teachers. We empower children to be resilient and responsible. We recruit and train emerging leaders. We cultivate servant leaders. We inspire good stewardship by doing. We are humbled to serve. We thrive on the opportunities to partner. We live Aloha. We are the Pacific American Foundation.
Aloha! Welcome to Children and Youth Day 2021. My name is Herb Lee, and I'm the CEO of the Pacific American Foundation, and we are a very proud sponsor of the Children and Youth Day 2021. Pacific American Foundation has been a fiscal sponsor for over 10 years now, and we're very honored to continue this tradition of Children and Youth Day, honoring and celebrating the successes of our youth in Hawaii. This year's theme is Po'okela, or excellence. And it really comes from a framework that was adopted by the Board of Education in 2015 called Na Hopena A'o, or Ha. Ha spells out the word breath in English, and this year's theme was taken from the E in breath, which means excellence, or in Hawaiian, Po'okela. So what does Po'okela mean for children in Hawaii? It means that all of our children have gifts and talents, and we hope that in the process of their growth and maturation in this very special and unique place we call Hawaii home, that they will be able to use those gifts and talents to be able to celebrate success, to be able to take initiative, to be able to use their creativity and innovation. And if they make mistakes, to be able to improve on and learn from those mistakes and be better. And in Hawaii CYD 2021, we hope that this program will help to honor and celebrate these children as we have done for the past 27 years. Aloha.
My name is Janice Ishihara, and I am proud to sit on the board as a member of Caring for Hawaii Neonates and part of Malama Ona Keiki on the perinatal zone.
At Kama'aina Kids, we're really like a family. I love being able to positively impact our Kiki and staff alike.
Best part of my job is looking forward to seeing the kids every single day and having their face lit up because they're excited to see you.
Every day I come to work, it's fun with them.
I just never knew that I would fulfill that dream of becoming a teacher. And thanks to Kama'aina Kids, I'm able to do that.
At Kama'aina Kids, we not only enrich our kids, but enrich and support our staff. Come join our passionate and caring ohana. Apply at kama'ainakids.com.
Aloha, my name is Edward P. Silva. I'm school age manager here with Kama'aina Kids. I'm thankful and blessed to be here today to talk a little bit about Children and Youth Day. We've been involved with Children and Youth Day for 20 years now, and since 2016 we've been the administrators of Children and Youth Day. We really value Children and Youth Day because it fosters what Kama'aina Kids is all about. Our mission is to enrich and educate children's lives, and we believe that that's what Children and Youth Day does. So we got on board, and we really want to support that and foster that with Kamaina Kids. I know for sure that we want to give children a sense of community, self, and earth, and we believe that Children and Youth Day does that through their activities and their educational programs. Children and Youth Day is just a beautiful way of how we can support our keiki and foster them as they get older.
I think the theme of Po'okela is a beautiful one. I have a lot of fond memories of school. I loved school, and I remember being in elementary school, and Mrs. Harbottle at Kamehameha was helping us all have a motto to live by. And she gave me the motto, Kulia Ikanu'u, which of course is striving for the highest. I continued to live and breathe that and take that very personally. And here at the palace, it was extra special to realize that that was our Mo'i Kapi'olani's, Queen Kapi'olani's motto, to Kulia Ikanu'u. So that's what I'd like the children to remember. They should always strive for the highest. Our ali'i did, not only Lili'uokalani, but Kalakaua as well, and all of our ali'i in the remarkable things they did for their people. So Kulia Ikanu'u to all of you.
Tau vai vaila, eu hene la pili ko lula, tu lua edite toala hanna lipu it pa alai. Ave hula, ave hula. Tau vai vaila, eu hene la pili ko lula, tu lua edite toala hanna lipu it pa alai.
Huikala, forgive. A'o, the pursuit of character.
Aloha. Ako out here with your aloha message for the day in front of the beautiful Chinaman's hat. It's the word aloha. Aloha is used on a regular basis here in Hawaii and also shared throughout the United States and around the world. The typical meaning of aloha on the surface for most people is usually interpreted as a simple greeting of hello, goodbye, welcome, or love. The real meaning of aloha was a gift that was given to all of us by a very wise Hawaiian lady by the name of Pilahi Pake. She took every letter in aloha, gave it a unique Hawaiian word followed by an English meaning to clarify our understanding. A, akahai, kindness expressed with tenderness. L, lokahi, unity expressed with harmony. And O, olu'olu, agreeable expressed with pleasantness. And H, ha'aha'a, humility expressed with modesty. Letter A, aonui, patience expressed with perseverance. This meaning of aloha is also acknowledged as a law in the Hawaii Revised Statutes 5-7.5. It can be embraced and practiced in enhance all areas of one's life. The choice is yours. You can use it or lose it. When you share aloha, you share the ha, the breath of life. Aloha, learn it and live it. Enjoy your journey of sharing aloha. It'll make a difference not only for you, but for everyone you choose to share it with. Mahalo nui loa. Aloha.
Aloha, I'm Kanani.
And aloha, I'm Arma.
We are both part of the Kupuna Can Hui that go into the community and gather and share with those that don't have, that are in need. It's important that we kokua and we hold up and be the kukulu of all the children that do not have as much as if other children that had the support of their families.
And sometimes we all have to take the time to remember that that little effort that we take to give, to kokua other families, to work with children regardless of their age, but how much it can make all the difference in the world to them. And that's the effort we make because Kupuna can.
Hi, my name is Michaela Freitas. I am 12 years old and I am going into the 7th grade at Christian Academy, and I love to sing, dance, and surf. Well, I love performing for Children and Youth Day because it's just so fun, and ever since I was little, I'd always come and I'd see people perform, and it's such a privilege and an honor to be able to perform with you guys now. I woke up today with the sun shining in my eyes. Dreams were my way with Aloha. I wake up every morning with the sun in my eyes, and I begin to realize that dreams come true wherever you are. You just gotta find it. Wake up today with Aloha. Wake up today with Aloha. Come on, everybody, wake up today and do it the little Aloha. Wake up today with Aloha.
Of the 50 states, Hawaii is the only state with a law dedicating the whole month of October to children and youth. Every year on the first Sunday of October, we celebrate and honor our keiki and opio at the state capitol, Iolani Palace, and surrounding grounds.
Advocacy is an important part of Children and Youth Day. What is advocacy? Advocacy is the ability to speak in behalf of children, youth, and families. Because we all know when it comes to children and even youth, they don't have a voice. There's an old saying that children should be seen and not heard. Many times we don't know the suffering or the problems that children have in our communities. So it's up to us as adults, as people in government, in the private sector, in the social services agencies, to speak in behalf of children and youth, to let people know what the needs are, what the problems are. We have a program that's part of Children and Youth Day that's called the Outstanding Advocates for Children and Youth. And through this program, we want to recognize agencies and organizations, businesses, individuals, both adults and children and youth, to be recognized for their voice in speaking out for the needs and accomplishments of children and youth. And this year we have several outstanding nominations.
Saint Damien was one of the greatest advocates for the people of Hawaii. Like these selected outstanding advocates who serve the needs of our children today.
Aloha, everybody. The name of our group is Imoha. Yeah, so I wrote this song because I was watching my son and my wife was reading to my son. And I was watching his eyes, and as he was looking at my wife, I could tell that she was the hero to him. So the first song is A Hero to Me. Mama, tell me a story about a time long ago when all that might is touched would turn to gold. But there's one thing I know for certain, and it's very clear to see. As I write the story of my life, you're the hero to me. As I write the story of my life, you're the hero to me.
Mana'o'io, believe. A'o, the pursuit of skills.
We have multiple stages of entertainment, including the main stage at State Capitol, the Culture Zone stage at Iolani Palace, the Teen Zone stage on Punch Bowl Street, and the PG-13 Zone stage at Kalani Moku Building. For decades, performers of all ages, from 3-year-olds to adults, have shared their many talents and skills. Even newcomers to CYD, like Franklin Hug and many others.
My name is Franklin. I'm 15 years old, and I'm an incoming sophomore at Iolani School. One thing about me is that I've been playing this instrument, the ukulele, for just about as long as I can remember. I think 5 years old. I enjoy playing for Children and Youth Day because it's a great opportunity for young artists, performers, singers, everyone to inspire the other keiki around Hawaii. And performing both in person and virtually has given me, has opened my eyes on the great atmosphere of Children and Youth Day.
My name's Dennis Young, and I'm here to just share a little bit about my experiences with Children and Youth Day. You know, it's been about almost 16 years since I was involved with Children and Youth Day. At that time, I was working for a company that provided all the tents for the event. And back then, 16 years ago, as I was having a discussion with my wife, she said, you know, most of the participants that come are younger children. They're not really reaching out to the teens. So that time, you know, I decided to start what we now refer to as Teen Zone. And at that time, some of the challenges I faced was we had a lot of little kids, and they told me, well, we need to move Teen Zone to the city side of Punch Bowl Street. And I was kind of concerned about Punch Bowl Street, about kids running back and forth, you know, with the traffic. So I said, I'm going to go to the mayor and say, Mayor, Mr. Mayor, could we shut down Punch Bowl Street for the event? And you know, there was a lot of people that said, no, there's no way he's going to shut down Punch Bowl Street, just asking too much. But, you know, I think at that time, the mayor was Mufi Hanneman, and he agreed. He said, yeah, let's shut it down. And so that was the start of what we did with the Punch Bowl Street Jam. There was multiple events and all kinds of stuff, and we had a lot of great time. And the event actually went from 7,000 up until almost 40,000 people in attendance. It was a great time. We had a great event. We had the movie people out, stuntmen, and all kinds of crazy stuff. And we had a history of a great time.
Numerous performers have grown up on the CYD stages, performing almost every year. Andromeda Tong has been singing from the age of 3 years old and has performed for CYD for many years.
Hi, I'm Andromeda Tong. I'm 16 years old and I'm a junior at Sacred Hearts Academy. I love to sing and volunteer at Queens Medical Center. I love to perform at Children and Youth Day because I enjoy giving back to the keiki and getting to perform. I've been performing at the PG-13 Center for 5 years now. You are worth the love and you deserve respect. You should have the best. Quit settling for less. You are worth the love and you deserve respect. And you should have the best. Quit settling for less. The possibility, it's all in your hands. It's up to you to make your dreams come true. You just gotta put the work in. And you are worth love and you deserve respect. And you should have the best. Quit settling for less.
Aloha, I'm Karen Lobo. I'm one of the volunteers on the planning committee for Hawaii Children and Youth Day. I usually manage the PG-13 zone and stage. The PG-13 zone is a unique zone for 13 years and up, where we have activities and organizations that generally delve into sensitive topics like alcohol, drug prevention, suicide prevention, bullying, teen pregnancy prevention. So it's a unique zone, but it's an important zone for education for our youth. And we also have a beautiful stage with amazing youth performers every year. You're gonna see some of them tonight on this show, and I'm so excited. Children and Youth Day is an amazing event. It's such a beautiful time to give back to our community and to nurture our youth. We also are on all the social media, so please follow us on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram, Hawaii Children and Youth Day. And you can check out our weekly live YouTube episodes on our YouTube channel, Hawaii Children and Youth Day. Mahalo.
CYD youth performers have been featured on Hawaii Stars and Brown Bags to Stardom. even national stages like American Idol and The Voice. Many professional entertainers have returned to our CYD stages, sharing their skills, like the award-winning local favorite, Imua.
We've been playing for the Children Youth Day for actually 22 years, off and on. You know, it's always one of our biggest focuses to really try and add value to our community and be able to service the children in our community.
Pono, righteousness. A'o, the pursuit of righteous behavior.
You know, the organizations that were involved included Queens Medical Center. We had our church, the Cathedral of St. Andrew, that got involved. And we closed off all of Punchbowl Street between Beretania and King Street, so there would be safe passing of the thousands of families, children, as well as our teenagers crossing and just experiencing all of these wonderful activities. We had about 300 interactive activities from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. And there was never a year that the children could do everything. And the moms and dads and aunties and uncles, they said, please make it longer. But you know, it's a lot of work. So basically every year they would be able to take part in different activities that we offered. We have a core group of Children and Youth Day Planning Committee members. There is over 100 people that have donated their time, their talent, and their resources. And I just want to say thank you to everyone for their time.
Hi, aloha everyone. My name is Kashmira Reed. And thinking back, I believe I've been involved with this amazing CYD event for about 20 years now. My kids were toddlers when I started, and I started as an assistant to the hospitality chair, and then I became the hospitality chair, co-chair, and past chair. So in the hospitality tent or area, we served up to 4,000, sometimes more, volunteer meals a day. So if you ever attended the CYD event as a volunteer or participant, and you got one of those Ono lunches, that was because the CYD committee and chair really wanted to make sure that everyone had a great meal as part of their volunteer service for that day. And it's just been a family affair. First it was myself, then my husband was co-chair with me, then he was the chair. And I always had my two little ones. They grew up at the CYD event helping out, and then they became sort of my left arm and right arm in high school. It was great to have my son's Key Club at Roosevelt High School helping us in the tent. It's just been an amazing event, and I'm really looking forward to continuing that service. Mahalo.
Aloha, my name is Alan Sunil. I am with Children and Youth Day. I actually started out at the very beginning, the first 3 years, as part of the Coalition for Dads, and through the years have progressed into different areas besides doing the activities. Most recently, I've been handling the emergency communications and safety protocols for the event, but I've also been the producer for Lemonade Alley, which we did a few years back. And it's just been a great event seeing our kikis out there and enjoying watching them learn and experience different things, and knowing that they'll grow up to be great citizens and pass things down to their children.
Hi, I'm Kevin Nagata, and I'm the co-chairman of the cosplay committee of Hawaii Children and Youth Day. I started off as a cosplayer, coming into the sessions over here before in previous events. And if you're not familiar with what cosplay is, it's basically costuming, where it's similar to Halloween and what you see at amusement parks, where the characters actually interact with the audience. At Hawaii Children and Youth Day, we get the opportunity to interact with the children of Hawaii and bring smiles to their faces. We were able to bring down the Ghostbuster Ectomobile as well as the Jurassic Park Jeep, so the children of Hawaii could view these Hollywood props. And we were also able to visit many of the stages where the performers were or entertaining the audience. And this is where we were able to just interact with the children of Hawaii and see the smiles on their faces.
Aloha, my name is Kathleen Merriam, and I've been with the Children and Youth Day for several years. I first met Representative Dennis Arakaki and Senator Susie Chan Oakland and was so interested in what they had been doing and creating with the Children and Youth Day. I'm a clinical social worker, and so I work with many people that have severe mental illness. And I always wonder what happened when they were keiki, what happened, what went on. And so I'm very interested in the children and youth of Hawaii. And so they engaged me right away in getting involved in a number of ways in volunteering. And it's a great group to be involved with. I love the group of volunteers. I've really felt like they are my ohana. It's a fun group to plan with. It's a fun group to work with. And so what I ended up doing was getting my other volunteer group involved, the Rotary Clubs. So what we do is Rotary Clubs get involved and man a information booth. We actually provide all the volunteers that need to help with telling people where to go, telling people what event is on what stage, telling people where the restrooms are, where the ATM is, help if there's a missing child, so we need to work with security, if there's any kind of crisis of the day, which actually it's such a happy event, there's very little problems. So it is an amazing event. It's not just about the day, it's about the whole year, thinking about keiki, thinking about an event that brings keiki together along with kapuna. That's what's amazing. It's about everybody.
Hi, my name is Rendell Borg. I'm with CYD and I'm a volunteer, and I've been there for a few years now. I started off because Susie Chan Oakland, she was a very good friend of mine, and she was able to help us with our youth paddling, canoe paddling in Sand Island. And so she helped me, and I asked her if you need help with anything herself. And sure enough, she came out, yeah, could use some help at the CYD. I said, let me check it out. So I went to check it out, and my kind of style of nature is that there's a cause and there's a group of people. I'm there. So I stayed and I helped her, and first year I just did whatever to passed out brochures and just help whoever needed help. And then all of a sudden they needed fire protection. So I have a fire protection company, so I loaned them extinguishers so they could be legally safe. And because as the thing grew, it got to be pretty prominent, and the fire department was concerned about the growth, so we came in there and helped her with that. And then I've been helping with everything, just filling goodie bags and everything, and I just enjoy the fact that the cause for help with the youth is very important, and it's well worth it. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Amanda Luning. I am the clinical director at Salvation Army Family Treatment Services, and I'm on the board at the Association for Infant Mental Health in Hawaii. Working with keiki is where it's at because I believe firmly in prevention. I think that early intervention and promotion are the way to go when it comes to human beings. I just feel like I was a preschool teacher in the beginning of my career for a really long time, and I found that when I went to work with adults, it was so much of the same kind of work because of what they had missed out on in their childhoods. And so I found that, early is better. Why not? Early is better. Let's give our kiddos a happy, healthy start in the beginning. We know so much about early brain development. We know so much about early healthy relationships and how that makes a huge difference in terms of the lifespan. It makes a huge difference in terms of ultimately long-term behavioral and mental health outcomes. So it's about healthy communities.
All right, hello everyone. I've been personally a part of CYD, Hawaii Children and Youth Day, for maybe about 4 years now on behalf of McDonald's restaurants in Hawaii. And it's really an honor to be a part of it, to be able to celebrate our keiki each and every year, and just to be there at the state capitol and see all the grandparents and parents and aunties and uncles really having a great time at Hawaii Children and Youth Day. And we have our Chief Happiness Officer, Ronald McDonald, there every year. That's really the highlight. And a lot of the families and parents, they can all go in there with their keiki, take photos with him, and kind of talk story with him, and it's really the highlight every year.
There's a few people that we wanted to also recognize and honor. They had passed recently, and that is Ray Sanborn, who is the CEO of Kamaina Kids, and Kathy Murphy with HAEYC. And the third couple that we would like to acknowledge is Darren and Janelle Araki. with Precision Sound. Both of them had passed away and for years donated their time and their effort towards providing sound systems for our 6 stages that ran concurrently, featuring all of our children and teenagers' talents.
Lanakila, victory. A'o, striving to the highest, beyond what is expected.
For the 28 years that Children and Youth Day has been in Hawaii, featuring our talented young people and really celebrating the positive things that they do every day, we wanted to ask the public if they could continue, with what inspires them, especially our young people, to be able to serve others in the community. Each year, there are such beautiful stories of how young people, through the activities that they got involved with on the day of Children and Youth Day or during the various events throughout the month, they became inspired, started nonprofits to do good work in the community, made good friends, and finally was able to get involved in all these sports activities, fashion design, etc. So we really would like to see Children and Youth Day always be that inspiration and to encourage our parents, our aunties and uncles, our ohana to really support our children in whatever way they can.
Our team exceeded the expectations of the annual physical CYD event. The COVID pandemic pushed us into new territory, creating a new way of celebrating CYD with the 2020 virtual event and the 2021 YouTube live show featuring 10-year-old Zoe Ka'aihui.
Hi, my name is Aubriana Brusso. I am currently 16 years old and I'm a senior at McKinley High School. I have been performing ever since I was 8 years old and it's something I am very passionate about.
Hi, my name is Mel Schweitzer. I'm 17 years old and I also attend McKinley High School and I'm currently a senior. I like playing tennis in my free time and I like playing the guitar.
We just love performing for Children and Youth Day because we hope to inspire the future generation to use their voices and to hopefully share their talents as well.
Aloha, my name is Rachel Faith Javier. I'm 19 years old and I am a Sacred Hearts alumni. And I'm a singer, actor, and performer.
Hi, I'm Huni, and I'm 17. I go to Aya High School. I'm a senior, and I like to do music, and I want to be a music producer.
Well, I personally have grown up with Children and Youth Day. I had the amazing experience to do it for 6 years now. Since 2013, I've been doing it with Brown Bags to Stardom, and then in 2018 with Auntie Karen, and it's just always been an amazing experience. I personally believe that change starts with the youth, and I am a very big believer that the youth can make big movements in the world, and we just gotta learn how to teach them right and show them the way, And I hope that I can do the same with youth just like myself and all over the world, people that are 90 or 7 years old. And I believe Huni can agree with me with this one and trying to share our love for music with the rest of the world.
You got me trapped up in this house all day. How do you expect me to sit here and live this way? But at least let me speak up and say, you can't keep me hostage. I'm walking on out today. Leaving without you. You better tell me now. 'Cause if you're done with sitting around, let me show you that there's more to life than being trapped inside. I'm leaving without you. I'll be fine.
Mina Mina, valued, treasured, like a beloved lay and that beloved child.
So we hope that Children and Youth Day before and going forward will inspire people to do wonderful work in the community, be able to take care of all of us here in the islands as well as the rest of the world, because we are so connected in that way and would want to make our world a better place to live. So please, I hope you will be able to support our Keiki and Opio, give them as much inspiration, but also be inspired by their actions. That's the whole tribute to our young people here in Hawaii. They do good work. We want to be able to celebrate all of that.
We do this because it is very important, especially in this pandemic time, to honor and celebrate the children and youth of Hawaii in their growth and their learning in this very special place that we call Hawaii, our home.
Looking back, it's just a reflection upon me about when I was a youngster, and I remember other people came out and he taught me how to hit baseball, and they were volunteers, just regular old guys. And now it was my turn now to give back to my community. And this event is built upon just regular people with a calling that's willing to go out and do something to leave a mark for the next generation. Aloha.
Mahalo for joining us today as we bid you a fond farewell. Remember, aloha begins with me, and you. Aloha and a hui ho. Until we meet again.
Aloha oi, aloha oi, e ke ona noho I kalipo. One fond embrace, a ho'i a e au, until we meet again. Aloha oi, aloha oi, e ke ona noho I kalipo. One fond embrace, a ho'i a e au, until we meet again. Until we meet again.
Next song we're gonna do is I think it's kind of just fun, and it's just I think it's appropriate for Kids Youth Day, Children's Youth Day, and it's a children's song. It's actually the first song I ever wrote, and it's actually made for kids, and we're so blessed that we used to see kids by the thousands would do this song for May Day. So we just loved it. So this one goes out to all the keikis out there. Okay, here we go. I wake up in the morning and I walk outside to see if the waves are breaking head high or they're crumbling after me. Need to choose what boat I'll use, my tanker or my gun. But I'll grab my snorkel, fins and spirit, waves are none to one. I swing my hips from left to right. A cookie on me just right. It's a midnight beach bum buggy. Boy, is it a shot. I swing my hips from left to right. A me just right. It's a midnight beach bum buggy. Oh, what a sight. Hune beach bum buggy. Hune buggy buggy. Oh, what a sight. Hune beach bum buggy. Hune buggy buggy. Not so summer, no more waves, so let's picnic in the park. Swimming, fishing for a wamba, jumping from the rock. Winter winter waves are mountains, and the best go out to show that the spirit of true surfers know that, hey, Eddie would go. I swing my hips from left to right. I mean just right. It's the Minnie Beach Bum Buggy. Boy, is it a sight. I swing my hips from left to right. I mean just right. It's the Minnie Beach Bum Buggy. What a sight. Minnie Beach Bum Buggy. Minnie Buggy Buggy. What a sight. Beach Bum Buggy. Minnie Buggy Buggy. Here we go, and one more time. With the meal no one can beat. Now, poke boy, loamy salmon, and some poi mochi. I eat it till my oku full. I know that it's a fact that I'm coming down with all the symptoms of
Connect attack.
I swing my hips from the left to right. The cookie on me just right. It's a Minnie Beach Bum Buggy. Boy, is it a sign. I swing my hips from left to right. It could be on me just right. It's the Minnie Beach Bum Buggy. Oh, what a sight. Minnie Beach Bum Buggy. Minnie Boogie Woogie. Oh, what a sight. Minnie Beach Bum Buggy. Minnie Boogie Woogie. Oh, what a sight. Minnie Beach Bum Buggy. Minnie Boogie Woogie. Oh, what a sight. Minnie Beach Bum Buggy. Minnie Boogie Woogie. Ahoy ho malama. We honor our children. We honor our children.
We celebrate our future here today. We honor our children. Cause we believe, as children.